This is lesson 6, and we're going to look at refining our model from evidence that we have from the AutoCAD file. You'll see the red, what reports in red here is actually the AutoCAD underlay and elevation. And I'm going to annotate it with some dimensions. So it's measuring pretty significant thickness of floor-to-floor slab here. We've abbreviated that in a rather breathtaking way, so we're going to need to edit this type, duplicate our generic 12-inch floor and make it a generic 20-inch floor, which is 12 plus 8, 1. Right. I'm not concerned with materials. Okay, so now we're going to change slabs that we have. That one concerns me because it's leaving very little room for the windows. And it's saying floor 3 is its 27.1. If I select level 3 and make it 27.1, to which that slab is constrained, it intersects the top of those windows, so the windows may well need to be shorter. Let's not worry about that just yet. Let's select the floor slab on level 3, copy it, and paste it. Copy it to the clipboard and paste it line to selected level, and we're going to paste it to level 4. And let's move level 4 to where it belongs at 3811. And you'll notice the floor moves with it. Let's select all instances of that window. And I'm just going to move them down below those slabs. Again, we're not populating the upper areas. And let me show you a couple of things that Revit will do. I'm going to duplicate a 3D view. Turn off all the imported visibility of all the imported stuff and create what's called a section box. I think you guys are familiar with this. Section box draws a box around the model in its entirety and allows you to cut through it, right, by selecting the edges of that box and just sort of revealing inside of that model. Clearly we have some work to do with the floors. You can also align the section box to a view that you create. So if you've created a building section, right now what I'm doing here, see if you follow, is I'm sectioning through that initial area so that we can draw the risers that allow us to go up to the floor level here. We also have to modify the outline of that floor so that it accommodates the opening in that central space, along with the catwalks on either side. I'm going to pause this now, make some changes, and then explain the changes that I'm going to make. Thankfully, the construction has stopped temporarily, so I can look at, okay, I'm on floor plan level 2, selected the floor there, and we think I'm going to edit the boundary of this floor, because I think that the area above is supported on a colonnade that is defined by these columns. At least I'm making that assumption now. And the corners actually meet, so I don't need the outline of what is on the floor below. So that's what I'm saying the shape of my floor slab on level 2 is. Finish edit this. Answer no to this. This is exasperating. Revit always asks you for this. That's the shape of the floor on level 2. Let's go to level 1. Shape of the floor on level 1. Right, has these two. Okay, so we need a couple risers. It'd be nice to have a drawing of this, but the simplest way to do this is to say level grade has the risers drawn. Let me edit the boundary of this to sort of line up with what appear to be the edges of the stair. And if I were to say architecture, create a stair, it's cast in place monolithic that goes from grade to level 1. It's only going to climb 3 risers. Six inches. Let's make the run with 6 feet. The tread depth is more than 1, 2. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Let's copy that, rotate it, and do these that way. Shape of the stair. Finish that. We don't need railings. Don't need the railing there or there. And if we go back to the section which conveniently cuts through that stair, go to view, you can see that it's reporting on the 2 risers that go up to that level. There's probably an easier way to model it, a more elegant way to model that. And for purposes of this, we'll leave it at that now. So you go walk into the store, up to, and then there's some stuff that happens in there. I think there's a stair at the center. Theoretically, I could take these same two risers, copy them out to the street. There's a landing there as well, so probably we'll just extend the floor. I'm not even sure that we need. And then if we look this way, we see the same two risers going. Let's just clean up some of these elevation markers. Notice somehow we have these elevation drawings as well of the facades. This appears to be the Boylston Street elevation. That appears to be the Exeter Street elevation. So if we were to annotate these, measuring between glazing intervals, they are irregular. There is no two are the same. I don't really have the equivalent of those going on over here. So it looks like the plan and this elevation drawing somehow don't correspond. It's too bad. It looks like the error begins with this first interval. I'm going to pause here.